Greetings, traveler. Come warm yourself by the fire, and let us regale you with mighty tales, tales of adventure, tales of heroism, tales of Tamriel. I am your host, Aggelos, founder of the Dungeon Crawler Network, and with me again is the one, the only, Arkhaniir Silvershield. How are you, buddy?
Well, I'll say I'm doing good, but I'm not.
I know.
But I'm good enough to do the show.
Yeah, you're a real trooper, man. I know you haven't been feeling good, and you're here doing the show with me, as always. It's really appreciated. For everyone who knows, this is going to be another gameplay episode, but if you're watching the video right now, you might notice there's no gameplay yet up on the screen. That's because, for some odd reason, it's patching, and it's taking forever to actually do what it needs to do. But as soon as that is done, we'll have some gameplay to show as well. So we'll be streaming that as while we're doing the show. But before we move on, I gotta say that awesome intro music that you just heard was brought to you by the amazingly talented Family Jewels. You can check out that cover, which is the Elder Scrolls medley, as well as all of his amazing video game covers over at youtube.com/FamilyJewels7. I know he did a Breath of the Wild cover, I believe, just recently, and Thais is in love with that, so definitely something that's really cool. Also, a shout out to our newest Twitch subscriber, Obi, Lord Obi himself. He's been a member of our community forever. Awesome guy. I'm very blessed to get to know him, and for him to be a fan of our show, and for him to be someone I can call a friend of mine. He's amazing, so we really do appreciate that, Lord Obi. And of course, if you want to help support the Dungeon Crawler Network, one of the ways you can do that is by, well, subscribing to us over at twitch.tv/Dungeon Crawler Network. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a Twitch sub for free. You just got to re-up it every month. But that is somewhere how you can support us by just using Amazon Prime. So there you go. All right, Ark, we've got some stuff to go over today, and I guess the first thing we really got to do is hop in to our gameplay. So what have you been up to recently?
So, this time I did play some ESO in addition to Morrowind as well, so I'll separate the two, and I'll start with Elder Scrolls Online. I actually tried the Horns of the Reach DLC dungeon.
Okay.
First, I tried them on Veteran with random. Now, obviously, that didn't go well. One of the Bloodroot Forge with randoms on Veteran, we didn't get past the first boss. Then I joined a group for Falkreath Hold, which they were already at the last boss, and we couldn't do it, obviously, because every time we get the boss to like 18%, it spawned a lot of ads, and we just couldn't get past that. Then I gave up doing them with randoms, and we got together with the Drunkenborns, and we actually completed the Bloodroot Forge. Now the funny thing about that is, I was just hanging out as usual, and they said, "Hey Ark, are you available? We need your butt." I was like, what? Why do you need my butt? Apparently, on the second boss of Bloodroot Forge, the boss does this fire geyser attack. It drops a fire geyser on the ground, and if you don't plug it as a tank, it kills pretty much everyone.
Okay.
So that's what I was needed for. They needed my butt to plug the fire geyser, which went all right. And now I call myself the Stalrim butt. I have the title, claimed it.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
All right. Thank you so much for the follow, by the way. I appreciate that. We got a new follower, so appreciate it. That's what that sound was, if you heard it. Someone actually said I should use the gasp from Balinor in our chat when he fell in Guild Wars 2. So as soon as someone get me an audio file of that, I think it's a clip right now, so you can hear his gasp. First person to send me a clip of that, like the audio file, I will love you forever. Just FYI.
Also, Zealot says, watched Ark playing the new PvP zone. Was entertaining because he couldn't get the ball. Yes, so I also did. I did this was actually not in the notes, and I was forgetting it. I actually did the new battlegrounds as well. The Arcane University, to my surprise, isn't symmetrical like every other battleground map, It's completely asymmetrical, and that's I don't know how I feel about that, but I guess it's good. I'm not sure.
I'm actually kind of curious what PvPers think about that, because a lot of the complaint, like this is going back to like World of Warcraft days. One of their big battlegrounds, Alterac Valley, the way it was designed, it was asymmetrical. Like, because it was actually, the number crunchers and everything like that looked at it and said, listen, Alliance has a clear advantage just based on how they're set up, and if it wasn't for the awesomeness that was the Horde, we probably would have lost a lot of battlegrounds. But that was still a level of PvPers didn't like doing that battleground, because if anyone was playing Alliance, they had an advantage over the other side. So a lot of the people who were into the real competitive styles never touched that battleground because of its asymmetrical nature.
I mean, I didn't realize much, like this advantage thing, but it might be a problem in Capture the Relic. I didn't play, appear Capture the Flag didn't happen on Arcane University for me, since it's random, but it might be a problem because some places are easier to access than others. Like the purple, I'm looking at the map now, and the purple's flag is right on open, while the green flag is covered in ruins and things like that. So I don't know. Yeah, might be fun. Might not be a problem, but as you said, the PvPers, I guess, more solid idea about it.
Yeah, they'll make the decision. But you'll start seeing complaints on the PvP forums if it is a problem, like if one side has an advantage. Now, obviously, unlike the anecdotal story that I gave you about the Horde versus the Alliance, it was always set that way. But with these battlegrounds, even if one team spawns there, whether it's like the Pit Lords or whatever the case may be, it's random what team you get on. So, I mean, it's unfair in turn, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like, if I get a bad team, like the worst placed team, we're automatically at a disadvantage. And I'm remiss. I'm sorry to interrupt your story here, Art. First off, I apologize for the coughing. Allergy season is once again upon me. So I've been fighting this for a few days. Took some medicine, starting to feel a little better, but I'm still getting a little bit of cough. Second, I didn't say hi to the chat room, and they're being super active tonight. So thank you so much, chat room. So hello, you guys are awesome. Thank you for coming out on this Friday night, which is also, this is the other thing I forgot to announce. This is going to be our new start time for Tales of Tamriel. We're going to be recording on Friday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern-ish. And I say ish because, I don't think we've ever started a show on time. I don't. Maybe I don't. We're kind of in the
point.
Yeah, we're kind of in the general
4 a.m. So it's expect that we'll get delayed at night.
Yeah, it aim for somewhere in that time. It won't be before, most likely, but it'll probably be a few minutes after. So I wanted to shout that out as well. So we move some things around. Overall, this is Ark's time. I feel bad for Ark. But, I mean, you were recording our other show was what time anyway? It was not much. It was like 1 a.m.
It was 1 a.m.
1 a.m., yeah.
And
so
it's not too different.
Yeah, not too different one way or the other. Yeah. But this is actually something that is a little bit more beneficial for myself because that puts all my podcasting during the week and gives my weekend some free time, which is definitely needed for de-stress and things like that because I've really been kind of running myself ragged of late, so it is much appreciated. So thank you so much. Ark, back to you, man.
Yeah. Right. So that was like the new Horns of the Reach DLC stuff. Other than that, I got back into role-playing. We did some, like a quick session to get our characters to know each other within the Drunkenborn, as everyone the RP.
Okay, so this is Drunkenborn who's doing this now, right? No?
Not really. I mean,
just some people.
Yeah, I mean, wait, which one? The RP, the roleplay?
Yeah.
I mean, there are two different roleplay that I did.
Oh, okay.
One was with the Drunkenborns to get our characters to know each other, and we had some people that was new to that were new to the role playing. So, to get them introduced into the thing and how it works, things like that.
Absolutely.
And then the other, a new project from one of the role playing veterans in European side, Clans of Skyrim project. They bought the Falkreath Hall and turned it into a public meet hall for everyone. And they held an event there for the celebration of Falkreath Hall being renewed and something like that. And we were like 12 Nords sitting around the table, just drinking and telling tales and things like that. It was awesome.
That's so. Someone actually, how is that looking? Because you and I, we both love that house, but we love the house because of the location, not necessarily for any other reason. Because of all the halls they could have picked, they picked the one that's the Mages Guild within the Rift. Like if you haven't seen it, like you could go to the Rift Inn and go into the Mages Guild, and it's just this big round hall. I don't know why they didn't use the actual Jarl's Hall, or even it's not Fort Virac, but I think maybe it is. It's in the Rift again, and it's in the far southeastern corner, just where the Rift enters.
I know that castle. I don't remember the name, but that was my first role-playing guild's keep. What's the name? It starts with F, but
I'm drawing a blank. All I remember specifically is like undead were attacking it at the time.
Yeah. It's something keep, but I don't remember the name.
Yeah,
but I mean that also has like a Jarl Tane style.
You got that front entryway like everyone has, but then when you walk in a little further, it has like those I don't want to say spiral staircases because it's not really a spiral, but the staircases that go up into this one big hall where you could have whatever you wanted, a throne room, whatever. But also when you got it, then from up there you had 2 rooms, in the back, and then you could go down underneath the stairs, and then there was a back hall too. So you can make a kitchen, you can make all manner of things. And that layout was so nice. If that was the layout, oh my goodness, I'd be all over it. But
here's the thing, like after seeing what they did with the hall turning into a public meet hall, I'm actually not upset anymore that they designed it that way, because here's what they did. You obviously get out of the crypts, the burrows underneath, which in roleplay we just disregard. We act like we actually came through Falkreath door. The first, the courtyard, they turned into a marketplace, a huge marketplace. And then at the backside, they turned into barracks and, obstacles that you can throw axes and whatnot.
Okay.
Then we have this like stage with tapestries, packed banners, and chairs set up in a way that you would watch a theater or a bard or whatnot. And inside the hall, there is so much room for tables and stuff like that. Like it's actually a hall. They put a fire in the middle, and then there are tables all around. It's beautiful. Like I could actually log in and send you a screenshot after or during the show.
Well, if you wanted to do that during the show, absolutely. I mean, while I'm waiting for the game to patch, if you send me a screenshot, I'll bring it up on the screen. So I'd really be
logging right away now.
Yeah. Go ahead and do that while you're doing your tales and stuff. Because I'll bring it up because I'm curious. I want to see what people can do with this place, because we already talked about. We've wanted the Nord manor size houses. But it's just, I can't, in my own vision, like one thing I thought of doing was, because you can go upstairs, there's actually a door that takes you up in that, at least on one side. If there was a way to build almost like a roof or something to make it like a first and a second floor, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. I mean, there's a lot of room,
if you look at the hall from the outside, like you can see the towers and things, which there should be rooms. But they just didn't add them because probably the asset they used obviously don't has it. So, and I guess it's a missed opportunity.
There is that underground area too, because like right in the hall, there's that trap door that leads downstairs into you could make it whatever you wanted. Like I imagined it to be like a larder or a kitchen, right? Like under, like where you would store if you wanted to make it like a house, right? Like you wouldn't have your kitchen, upstairs in most cases. Those, especially in a manor, you'd have servants and stuff working for you, so you'd have that down somewhere else or away, and that could have been, something you could have built, but at the same time.
But then again, I wouldn't put my kitchen in an ancient Nordic crypt.
Yeah, right.
You are cooking there, and the Draugr just happen to be standing nearby.
Well, you would think for a health hazard, you'd remove the bodies, maybe.
You never know. It goes deep.
Yeah, it does. Maybe you didn't get all the bodies. All right. Okay.
So yeah, well, I'll get the screenshot.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I'll move on to Morrowind.
Okay.
Because of course I've been playing Morrowind as well. Now it's been a while since I wrote these down, so the memory is a bit vague, but I'll
Well, we didn't have a show last week, so yeah. I understand.
So I'm still doing these quests for Caius, and every now and then he says basically level up and get back. He does this in a immersive way, but that's what he says. Go ahead, level up and get back. And when he does that, I go to the Mages Guild and try to improve my rank. So I did.
Wait a minute. I gotta take you back here. Is this a new character or
no, same character?
Okay. Like, I'm just okay. So you're going for the Mages Guild and stuff like that. You've been working on that. Did they add new Mages Guild ranks, or does it still cap out at 10 or whatever? And you just haven't done it on your EU character. Like, is that the?
No, I mean in Morrowind, not.
Yeah, you're saying about Mages Guild, going to the Mages Guild. So sorry, I was sitting there trying to think like, well, okay, never mind. Continue. I was trying to wrap my head around it.
Yeah, this is the Mages Guild in Morrowind, like Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Not Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind.
Okay, all right, I got you. So Morrowind. Okay, I see the separating now. Okay. Right. Yeah.
A bit of miscommunication.
Yeah, sorry. I've Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. I'm sitting there going, "You're max level. Did they add new ranks? Like, why would he be telling you?" Okay. All right. I got you.
So yeah, Caius, the Imperial Spy Master that gives you quests in Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, requires you to level up every now and then before he gives you further quests. And I do that mainly by going to the Mages Guild. Now, what I did until this point in Mages Guild was like grab these, alchemy materials, help this Khajiit, and things like that. Also, by the way, the hall right now is like the in-game time is night, so it's not very visible, but I'll send you a screenshot regardless.
Oh, yeah.
But this time, like, I rank up, and I actually take a quest from this other, like, the ranking officer or whatever in Mages. And she says, there's this mage that has debt to the guild, like the guild dues or whatever it's called, and it's like 2,000 sept. Go find her, ask her to pay, and if not, kill her. I'm like, what? Like, what happened to being scholars and things like that? Like, but I mean, then I think, okay, it's a debt, so okay, why not? I go ahead, find that mage, try to kill her. Well, actually, I first ask her to pay, and she goes like, "You pay for me if you want it so much." And I'm like, "What the hell? And why would I do that? Like, it's not my debt; it's yours." And she refuses to pay. So I try to kill her. She turns out to have some Daedric friends in there and things like that.
Of course, she would.
Yeah, I end up spending a lot of potions, scrolls, and things like that, and eventually she died. I go back to the. Turn in the quest. And this time she says, there's this ex-Telvanni mage. Try to convince him to join the guild. If not, kill him. I'm like, are you sure? Like, this is not going somewhere good. Because I've been killing people for mages. Then again, but I need to level up, and I don't really care about an X-Talvani mage. So I go ahead and try to convince him too. And of course, he doesn't care because my personality is like 30 and no one likes me.
Yeah.
So I kill him too. And at this point, I'm like, I joined Mages Guild to become a scholar or, learn. I turned into a cutthroat for the Mages Guild. I'm murdering all over the place. Anyway, I take another quest. This time, apparently there's an Altmer that needs to go to Pelagiad. And this mage that has been giving me orders to murder people says, you need to escort him. But I don't care if he makes it or not. I just want his note. Now, at this point, what is your problem with people? Why do you hate everyone so much? Of course, I take the quest as well. I try to escort that guy to Pelagiad. In the process, he almost kills me, which is AoE spell. Apparently, he doesn't really need escorting. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
I do that too. On the road there, I see this woman. I think it's a Breton. I'm not sure. And she's like, have you seen a bandit around? I'm like, no, I haven't seen that. Well, you need to find him. Because apparently she fell in love with this bandit that robbed. Now, I'm thinking, this is getting weird. But then again, why not? Like, a bit of matchmaking in Morrowind, that wouldn't hurt anyone. I go ahead, find this bandit, and he's like, oh, she likes me? Okay, give her this note. Which I do. And, just being a wingman in Morrowind. Yeah?
Yeah.
And in return, she says, like, oh, you are a wonderful person, and I have a wonderful friend. She is beautiful, and she is in Tel Arun. You should go say hi. And I'm like, okay,
right.
why not? The problem is, I can't get to Tel Arun. I have no idea where Tel Arun is.
Okay.
I tried getting there. I jumped from Silt Strider to Silt Strider, but
there's
so
no
far
Silt Strider. Yeah, it takes you to Tel Arun, I don't believe.
Yeah, so far I haven't been able to get to Tel Arun, so that's waiting.
I guess you're hoping that she's attractive too, because it's the friend mentality of, oh yeah, she's very attractive, but you should see my friend, she's the best, and then you get to her and she's like, no.
Oh, I just got luck in a cage in the RP hall. I was jumping around, I jumped on a cage, and the collision didn't happen, and I'm now stuck inside
now you're
the cage.
stuck inside the cage.
Yep. What the hell?
Well, I have those three
the screenshots from Discord, by the way.
Oh yeah, I have them ready to go if you're ready to talk about them.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay. So I'm going to bring up the first one here. This is the Folkreath Hold. It's the very first image you sent me. I'm going to go in order that you sent them to me. So it's of course
That's
this is nighttime. This is the courtyard. Yeah. Okay.
In a marketplace kind of way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got your tents and.
Yep. There isn't much to it. Really.
No, but it provides a little bit of style because it's a role play hall, so you have they made that. Okay. Let me pull up the next image here. Next image, of course, is going to be the outside again. So there we go.
And that's the stage.
Okay. Oh, so this has been made, right? Like this is not part of. Okay, so they made a stage. Yeah. I see they got the boat of Ysamir in the background hanging out. Okay, some benches. That looks pretty neat. Okay.
Yep. So this will be where the celebrations and things like that will happen.
Okay.
And of course, the third image is the inside.
Yes, I was actually really impressed by this one. Like the way that fire pit, that was built, right? And you have
that's
okay. Built. See, now this is the one thing that was kind of a big thing for me. Like in this hall, like they did a pretty good. Now they made that big hall in the center that looks really nice, and I like how they made the big table in the background. That looks really awesome. Like the Lord's table, if you will, that faces out. That is really, really cool. I'm glad they did that. Now, if you look up here to the upper, like if you're looking at the thing now, it's on the upper right-hand side. you'll see that little balcony, right? Like you can get up
Yep.
to that balcony. You can't get up to the other one. Tell me, Ark, can you make flooring that looks like the boards here? Like, because I know I can make some basic flooring, but it doesn't match the boards. Because my thought was, what if I could close off the roof, right? Like, kind of close that out, like add flooring across
Oh.
there, and then build that into one big room.
You can do that, but yeah, the flooring is a problem. Like you can use planks. but
Yeah, all the planks look like rough planks. It's just like it would be so
Yeah.
off-putting. If you could get planks or boards that would look like the wood floor right there, you could, in theory, build a second floor hall or something along those lines where then you could...
What you could potentially do is cover it up with the planks, then cover the planks up with the carpets. Now it wouldn't look as good, obviously.
Well, from the bottom, though, you'd still have that plank look. That's kind of the problem.
Cover it from the bottom as well,
I guess you could make it almost
like a carpet-covered roof kind of thing.
Okay.
And it's just a workaround, but
The whole roof, very
Yeah.
clever. Yeah, because you can get up to that one side. Now, here's a question for you, and I don't know, like, I've never tried this with the housing, but, like, see, there's already those banisters. Can you remove those banisters? Are they just permanent? Like, you can't do anything
What?
with those. The banisters. Like, you see the railing, whatever, we call them banisters, but the railing,
no,
you can't remove that?
they're
Yeah.
static.
Yeah, because if you could have removed those just to make it flat, that would be pretty nice. But that was my thought about this hall. I'm like, the only way I could really make it is even if I only took up half of it with planks or whatever, just to make a bigger room up top and then add more railing across it so it looks down over the halls. I think that would look really neat, and it would provide access to those two upstairs sections, and kind of separate the house a bit. But yeah, it's still the fact that we have to do this for this hall. Like, they did a really good job with this hall, but we had talked about it before. It's like, so where are the living chambers? Like, you guys are role playing it just as a hall. And it's actually funny. I just turned the screenshot off, and it showed one of the halls that would have been great. Fallowstone Hall in the very top of the rift where the companion guys are. Yeah, that would have been another great hall, to use. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is, as you said.
I know,
it
but
works and it's nice, but
yeah, but for
it's
3.8
definitely no use
million
for it.
gold, that's my problem, because I'll pay gold, for this thing, but I don't know if I want to waste the gold on a layout that I'm not real fond of in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, unless you have a use for it, like the clans of Skyrim do.
Yeah.
Like this is the guild hall. This will be the guild hall for like multiple role-playing guilds.
Yeah.
Like, so that it's a Nordic public place for the entire Skyrim roleplay community, or something like that. At least that's what I got from reading the project. But also, by the way, if you're interested, you can go ahead and check the project and details at stormhavenrp.com or engine or something like that. Just type Stormhaven RP on Google and it should pop up.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Like you said, it works for this, but like in my eyes, like trying to make like a manor that my character will quote unquote live in, it's just not a layout that I would use, and it's just what I mean. It just doesn't feel right in that level. So, all right, anything else, Ark?
Right. Where are my notes? So I was being wingman. I talked about that. Then I found this other guy, which I'm going to be a wingman for as well, which I just didn't start the quest yet. This is a mage in Aldrun, I believe. I'm not sure. And he's like all shocked and all panicking and something like that. So I think, okay, what's up? And he goes, I built an airship and hired some mercenaries, but they didn't come back. And apparently the dude heard about this charm necklace, which woman can't resist.
Okay.
And he's so desperate, he built an airship out of Dwemer scraps, hired mercenaries, traveled to Solstheim, and to retrieve that necklace. But they didn't return, and they didn't send any like message or anything. So
Yeah.
he doesn't know what happened, and he's panicking and
Okay.
he's upset. So I'm going to help that guy as well, because poor guy, he worked so hard for that amulet, and he deserves it at this point.
He deserves
He
the
built
amulet.
an airship
Okay.
from scrap. So if that doesn't deserve an amulet like that, I don't know what does.
You know, you got a point. You definitely got a point. Yeah.
I'm going for the best wingman title in Morrowind.
You
That's what I'm
definitely
going-
that you should
Yeah,
have
I
that
don't care
title.
about Nerevarines and things like that. I'm going to become the best. That's my aim now.
That's my goal, is to become the best. I got you. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's,
As for the last, I did all these side quests and things like that. I leveled up. Caius gave me a quest. He explained that I might be Nerevarine and whatnot, things like that. And he said that, Ashlanders would know this best at the Urshulaku camp. Go ahead and talk to them. I go through all this trouble of finding these guys. I find them. And no one wants to talk to me. Like, I go to everyone and they are like, okay, the wise woman wouldn't talk to you if she didn't summon for you. I'm like, okay. So I found the wise woman tent and enter it anyway, so nobody stops me. That's weird. I tried to talk to the wise woman, and of course she doesn't like me yet.
yeah.
So I click on the, thoughtful gift option.
Okay.
Because previous Ashlanders taught me that Ashlanders care about thoughtful gift. Something that they would value, something that show you would care about. And at this point, I'm thinking this is an Ashlander wise woman. So she'll probably ask something like, spiritual or, a book, maybe something. She asked for gold. She straight up asked for gold.
That's
Very
awesome.
I mean, I was expecting a quest, and she's like, yeah, I like gold. I think you outsiders call it bribe. I'm like, hell yeah, we do. That's bribe. I pay her 200 gold to talk to me. I'm like, okay, it doesn't matter. She talks to me, and I have to go to talk to Ashkan now. I go to Ashkan. They don't let me in. I have to talk to Ashkan's champion first. He doesn't talk to me either. I say thoughtful gift. What does he want? Gold. I pay him as well. I go to the Ashkan, like the warrior, like the Ashkan are warriors, like
Yep.
the main warrior guy
Yep.
of the tribe. I'm like, thoughtful gift. What do you want? What does he want? Gold. He wants gold as well. This entire Ashlander camp, who lives nowhere near a possible place to actually spend that gold, and all of them are hungry for it. They're like, we want gold. That's like the previous Ashlander I met liked poetry, and I got him a poetry book. Like that's a thoughtful gift.
Yeah.
But the rest of this entire Urshulaku camp is like, give us gold. That's what we like. And that destroyed my entire vision of Ash. I was expecting like, cultural people valuing things like useful things or meaningful things over gold, and no, they're just greedy Ashlanders. They're just greedy Dunmers. That's it. That's the Ashlander. Nothing exceptional to it.
Oh man, that's funny, man. That is really funny.
That entire trip cost me 500 gold. 500 gold just to talk to like 3 people. That shouldn't happen. People kill you for 500 gold. Not talk. But yeah, I hate Ashlander.
That's awesome story.
That's it from me.
That's
I'm
it.
angry now.
You're angry. Just worked out.
I'm in flashbacks. Flashbacks of just giving gold, 100 at a time.
100 at a time. Wow.
Ah,
And it's hard to get gold in that game too. So I mean, any rare that you got, it's like,
thankfully, every time I rest, like almost every time I rest, a Dark Brotherhood assassin come up and attack me.
Oh,
and his
okay.
armor sells for a lot. Like,
Yeah, it does.
I've been living off of Dark Brotherhood dead Dark Brotherhood.
Nice.
That's my main income.
Nice. I like it. All right. So that's the end of your tales then, huh?
Yep,
All
that's
right.
it.
Well, my throat's starting to get a little raw, so I'm going to skip Tales from Me this week. Only because what I've mostly been doing is the Elder Scrolls Legends. So I've been playing that. But I really wanted to get into that discussion a little bit. But I don't quite have the throat for it right now.
Yeah.
So
Make your throat use your throat as an excuse. But we all know you've been playing Guild Wars.
Well, no, that too, but yeah, no. But, I've been playing Legends a lot, and I've been saving to try to get the Dark Brotherhood expansion, because it's like 2,000 gold or whatever, and I ended up buying a pack, the Alduin's Rage pack or something like that, and I've been playing that card set. I've had a lot of fun with that. So, I'll talk about that next week. But I also want to do my reading.
By the way, we can apparently duel in Test Legends on mobile as well.
We can.
Lotus of Doom sent me a Twitter message, which I forgot to reply. I'll do that after the show. He said we can actually do it.
Oh, cool.
So we can try. It will work if we are both online at the same time, so we can try it.
Yeah, we'll definitely give that a shot. We actually have an email too, which I'm going to read that first before we get into news, because I thought this might be interesting. So we have Zephin here. We all know Zephin. Zephin's awesome. Subject is Morrowind gameplay. It's very short and to the point, but Zephin says Arkhaniir's Morrowind gameplay on episode 151 has to be one of my favorite moments in Tales history. I can't wait to hear more. Keep up the great work. So now you've helped him with your best wingman in Morrowind. So congratulations. P.S. Arkhaniir's tank does not beat Sexplar.
Wait, even Zephin said that?
No, actually,
come on.
he said Arkhaniir's tank beats Sexplar, but I figured it was a mistype, so I corrected it for him.
Do not change people's mails, Zach.
All I'm saying is I'm sure it was a mistype.
You all know, Zephin is a solid tank, probably even better than me, and he acknowledged that my tank works better than yours, and that's the end of discussion.
I'm still sticking with. I'm sticking with it.
Zephin even has a Templar tank, but not your puny, useless. He uses, at least he used to use, a sword and shield tank.
We all make mistakes,
but he's a lot. Just accept it.
We all make mistakes, Art.
It's confirmed by Zephin.
Well, I'm sure it was just a mistype, Autocorrect doesn't work with Gmail. It makes sense, so it's fine.
Nope. Just because you get to write the mails to the show notes doesn't mean you can change them.
All right. So we got a couple quick mentions for news, but before we do that, we also have to say, if you want to support Dungeon Crawler Network, on top of Twitch, we do have a Patreon. Patreon.com/Dungeon Crawler Network. We are 100% funded by you, the people, either through Twitch or via Patreon. So if you care to support the show, head on over patreon.com/Dungeon Crawler Network, and for as little as $1 a month, you get entered into our monthly giveaways, because we do stuff for patrons on the giveaway there, as well as getting all of our shows up to 24 hours, actually at least 24 hours early in almost every case. So definitely check that out. Sometimes even longer. And like I said, that even $1 a month helps support everything we do here, and we really do appreciate it. So thank you so much. As well as all of our patrons that we have out there who have continued to support us month after month for actually many years now. There's a couple of you guys who are breaking the, I think, 2-year mark here in the next couple of months. So that's amazing, and I really do appreciate it. First off, Horns of the Reach is now out. Obviously, as you know from our Tales section, as Ark said, the Horns of the Reach is now out for PC and Mac mega servers, and also coming to consoles, which, if you're listening to this on podcast form, will probably either be the day before or the day you're listening to it, because it's August 29th. It will come out for consoles. So you guys will get to experience this, as well as check out the house and all that other fun stuff. We also have an ESO sale going on as part of their annual QuakeCon event. Crowns are on sale up until the 28th. So again, if you're listening to this live, the sale is still going on. You get up to 40% off on crowns. So you can stock up now if that's something that you desire. Finally,
Not just crowns, but the game and Morrowind upgrade is also on sale.
Gotcha. Yeah. I think I saw a
If you have
PSA.
friend,
Oh, go ahead.
if you have a friend that wants to start or something like that, it's time to do so.
Yeah.
Base game is quite cheap. It's like less than $10.
I think it's $10. Yeah, that's what I was seeing. Like you can get it for $10 US. So I mean that's pretty good. Pretty darn good if you ask me. To follow up with that sale, not just ESO related, but the actual Bethesda store that has all the physical swag all the way through August 28th. We are recording on the 25th, and I will definitely have this out before the 28th. So you still got a little bit of time to save up to 20% on almost, oh my goodness, so much stuff on the Bethesda store.
Yeah.
If you're watching this show and you're really into ESO, you may consider picking up the Elder Scrolls Online Tales of Tamriel. Yes, they stole our name, Volume 2, The Lore. That is on sale for $28 US. You can get The Land as well, which is Volume 1. Normally $35, but you can get it for $28 now. So I got to say, those books are gorgeous. I don't even have the lore yet, but I have The Land.
Yep.
And oh my god, it's such a beautiful book.
Here.
Oh, it's
I'm actually like I can't even open the thing because I fear that like I would scratch it or drop it or something. I just keep it locked up in a glass cabinet, like and not touching it.
It's nice. It's got like it's not a leather cape, but it's like a faux leather. So when you're feeling it, it feels like a leather book. It's really really nice, and the illustrations are gorgeous. If I were to recommend anything off of the Bethesda store, it would be this. Like I for $28, if you love the Elder Scrolls, especially Elder Scrolls Online, oh, they're just beautiful books, absolutely beautiful. So definitely, if that's something that interests you, check that out.
I would also recommend the Ouroboros wallet.
Yeah,
I've been using it for 3 years and still not damaged, and I like it. I like it a lot.
Fair.
No one recognized it yet. I had hope. No one.
You had
I was
hopes.
hoping someone would go, "Oh, you play Elder Scrolls Online? Here's a discount." Did.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. no one would have done that yet. But yeah, that's something else there. So definitely check those out. I mean, that's kind of what we got for news for this week. Not a whole lot, but still, pretty cool. Now comes the fun part. The reason why I was saving my voice is because it's time for the 36 Lessons of Vivec. That's right, Sermon 9. We are up to Sermon 9. Now, this is a fun one, because remember last week when we did Sermon 8, it was almost like a prophetic book talking about the war with the Northern men. Well, this one, that war has now finally come to the lands of the Indorel. And we're going to go ahead and pick up right where we left off with 36 Lessons of Vivec, Sermon 9. Then came the war with the Northern men, where Vivec did guide the Hortator into swift and tricky union with the Dwemer. The greatest demon chieftains of the frigid west were those listed below, 5 in unholy number. Hoga, the mouth of mud, who appeared as a great bearded king, had the powers of marshalling and breathing the earth. On the battlefields, this demon would often be seen on the sidelines, eating the soil. When his men fell, Hoga would fill their bodies back with it, whereupon they would rise again and fight, albeit slower. He had a secret name, Fenja, and destroyed 17 Chimeri villages and 2 Dwemer strongholds before being turned away. Shemua, the running hunger, who appeared as a mounted soldier with full helm, had the powers of heart roaring and of sky sickening. He ate the Chimeri hero, Dress Kuzamate, sending the spirit back to the Hortator as an assassin, sometimes called the First Blighter. Shamua could give clouds stomach aches and turn the rain of Veloth into bile. He destroyed 6 Chimeri villages before he was slain by Vivec and the Hortator. Bahag the Two-Tongued, who appeared as a great bearded king, had the powers of surety and form change. His raiders were small in number, but ran amok in the western hinterlands, killing many Velothi trappers and scouts. He fell in a great debate with Vivec, for the warrior poet alone could understand the northern man's two-layered speech. Through Selvi had to remain invisible during the argument. Balfok, Maid of the Plains, who appeared as a winged human with lick-encrusted spear, had the powers of Event Dumont. Battles fought against her would always end in victory for Balfok, because she could shape outcomes by singing. 4 Chimeri villages and 2 more Dwameri strongholds were destroyed by her decision enforcement. Vivec had to stuff her mouth with his milk finger to keep her from singing Veloth into ruin. Ysmir, the dragon of the north, who always appears as a great bearded king, had powers innumerable and echoing. He was grim and dark and most silent of the invading chieftains, though when he spoke, villages were uplifted and thrown into the sea. The Hortator fought him unarmed, grabbing the dragon's roars by hand until Ysimir's power throat bled. These roars were given to Vivec to bind into ebony listening frame, which the warrior poet placed on Ysimir's face and ears to drive him mad and drive him away. The coming forth and driving away brings all things around. What I shall say next is unpleasant to record. Hermamora Altadun, Aya Altadun. The ending of the words is Salvi. All right. 36 Lessons of Vivec, Sermon 9. So clearly, this is more of a historical account of the war with the northern men, when obviously the Nords here have invaded from the northwest into Morrowind, and they were fought back by an alliance of the Chimere and the Dwemer. And so here are your 5 chieftains, and it goes in. These were also known as tongues. You actually find out a little bit about these in ESO, as well as I believe Skyrim has some of this information as well, if I remember correctly.
The tongues are mentioned, like the first man and things like that, but I don't remember the battle between Morrowind and the Nords being mentioned. But I might be wrong. Like, it's been a lot.
All right.
I mean, Ysmir is obviously mentioned everywhere.
Yeah, Ysmir is. Now, it's just at this point, I don't believe Ysmir fell at this point, but the idea was, what Vivec was saying he was doing to Ysmir was he found a way to, I guess, turn the Thu'um back upon Ysmir, the Dragon of the North. The war...
That's what I understand as well. And, the entire, Morrowind thing, at least in Elder Scrolls Online, they all have this weird thing with sound toners and vocal thing, like the Dwemer technology that uses sounds and things like that. So I'm guessing maybe he did something like that with Sora. Maybe Sora Sil aided him with created some Dwemer technology to use the Thu'um against Ysmir. I don't know.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. But and of course, I mean, there is a little bit of, I guess, some of it. I'm trying to think of how I want to phrase this. There is some thought as to whether or not, again, Vivec was, being a little bit more artistic in this or not.
Yeah, he is. There's no way they are beating Ysmir. No.
Yeah. But I mean, there's also, I guess, there's also a little bit of, I guess, more of a sexual theme here with the idea of Balfok, the Maid of the Plains, with some suggestive thoughts.
What the hell?
The milk finger, yeah. It's a family-friendly show, but I mean, anyone who's an adult would probably kind of know what's going on there. Yeah. So it kind of leads people to think one way or the other. But apparently that's how he handles Thooms. So, it is what it is. Take it with whatever grain of salt that you want. So there you go. 36 Lessons of Vivec, Sermon 9. More of a historical accounting of the war with the Northmen. But, of course, with anything Vivec writes, you got to take it with a little bit of salt because he tends to put his little bit of his poetic flourish on anything he writes. Because, of course, he's the one who wrote it, so therefore they're always shown in the best light. All right, Ark.
Right.
I think that's the end of our show, man.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean,
considering that you are battling allergies and I'm half dead.
Yeah.
Point.
This is definitely going to be a shorter show this week, but we wanted to get something out. I know Ark was sending me a message even before this. We were actually not even going to do a show today because he had a bad migraine, and but thankfully he feels better now. We figured we're going to try to get a show out just so that we have something for people, and we really do hope you enjoyed it. I know Ark did awesome with his tales, and I apologize. My voice is really going, so of course I wasn't able to really talk too much with my tales, but I really wanted to go over the 36 lessons. So we'll be back next week with Sermon 10. Of course, if you want to send us an email, head on over to dungeoncrawlernetwork.com. There is a contact us on the top of the page. Click that. It gives you a little form to fill out, and that will automatically email us, so we will have emails. So we really do appreciate the people who take the time to email in the show. It definitely means a lot to us. We really appreciate it. And we definitely hope that you continue to do that. So, Ark, do we have anything you want to say, shout-outs, anything of that nature before we let everyone go?
Well, shameless self-promotion.
There you go.
Follow me. I actually became a Twitch affiliate as well. Mm-hmm. And I've been streaming regularly over at twitch.tv/Arkhaniir. I've been streaming variety of games, mostly Morrowind. I tried Outlast as well. It went well, but it's stressful. So yeah, if you enjoy that kind of thing, gameplays and stuff like that, you can come on and join me in doing so, hang out in chat, and hi. Other than that, if you want to contact me, the best way to do so is at arkhaniir@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter for everything else that I do in my real life or in games. That's about it.
Okay. Yeah, guys, definitely check out Ark's stream. He's been doing a lot of streaming, even more than that we do, obviously. So check him out. Support him. Give him a follow. If you're ever so moved, possibly throw that little sub button at him. That'd be awesome as well. So, definitely check that out. Ark is amazing. And, Ark is at a time when the future of Tales of Tamriel was very much in jeopardy. Because at that point in time, I was one of the only ones here. Ark stepped up and wanted to be part of the show. Has been doing amazing. Has been committing a lot of time and effort into the show with me, and I couldn't do the show without you, man. You are the best, and I really do appreciate it that you are.
Thank you. Never gonna give you up.
Never gonna let you down, man. I know. So yeah, you can follow everything we do, dungeoncrawlernetwork.com. Follow us on our social media websites, facebook.com, youtube.com, twitch.tv, patreon.com/dungeoncrawlernetwork. Trying to figure out the easiest way to say that, and I think that seems to be the easiest way because Dungeon Crawler Network is where we are. Just put a slash in that and you'll find us. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter at Tales of Tamriel, which is one of the best ways to find out when we go live, as well as when our episodes go live. Following us on Twitch will give us when we go live here, but when our episodes go live, following at Tales of Tamriel on Twitter will definitely get you that information as well. Thank you so much. We really appreciate everyone showing up, especially the live chat room today. You guys are amazing. Keep it up, and we hope to see you in Tales of Tamriel, in Tamriel itself, on this show. Thank you so much. We will see you later, everybody.
Have a good night, everyone.
When Akatosh slew Lorcan, he ripped his heart right out. He hurled it across Tamriel, and the heart was heard to shout, red diamond, the heart and soul of men. Red diamond, protect us till the end. The laughing heart sprayed blood afar, a gout on Seer it fell, and like a dart shot to its mark down in an alien well. Magic effused the Lorcan blood to crystal red and strong. Then wild elves cut and polished it down to chimel at a ball. Red diamond, the heart and soul of men. Red diamond, protect us till the end. When elves lost Nirn to men, Akatosh gave the stone to Saint Alesh in token of her right to sit the throne. Red diamond, the heart and soul of men. Red diamond, protect us till the end. Red diamond, protect us till the end.